5th grade ELA, text set 3. The essential question is, what does it mean to be part of a family? Our read aloud goal is, we're going to discuss cause and effects of a father leaving his family. We have been reading about different families and how family members learn from each other and grow. Would you agree that every family has both good times and bad times? What do you think about that? This book, The Way a Door Closes by Hope Anita Smith, is about something very upsetting that happens to CJ and his family. Let's read to see how they handle it. Golden. There's a moment right before morning that is silent and still. Grandmama says it's a blessing to experience. I hug my pillow and try to hold on to this moment. And then the day begins. Daddy's razor roars. The scent of Mama's cooking floats down the hall to me till it tickles my nose. I feel the vibration as my little brother slap bounces. A ball to breakfast. I open my eyes to see my sister staring back at me, secretly believing that she has willed me awake, and I hear Grandmama's voice singing a song of praise for this new day. My family is up, just like the sun, and we are all golden. Legacy. My brother and I love to watch our daddy shave. He sings his razor, mows away his beard, and we ask, "When, Daddy? When can we shave like you?" And Daddy says, "When you're older." He rubs my brother's smooth brown cheeks and says, "You've got a ways to go, my man." And my brother pouts as the thoughts of how long he has to wait. And then Daddy turns to me and says, "CJ, on the other hand, it's almost time. You're almost a boy." I look in the mirror at my daddy's face and try to imagine the man I am going to be. History lessons. Grandmama says she is a hard woman because she has led a hard life. So many obstacles blocking her way when all she wanted to do was be. Signs made her drink from a different fountain, sit at the back of the bus. Law said she shouldn't go to certain schools. People said she couldn't learn. They tried to move her around to their way of thinking, but now she says she knows the truth. She says she is bent, but she is not broken. She says if she isn't careful, she's going to mess around and get her second doctorate. And then she smiles and loves me hard. She is a rock, and I shall not be moved. So an interrogator is someone who questions somebody closely. Okay. On Sunday afternoons, it's just the guys. Daddy takes my brother and me places that are too rugged for women, too grown for girls, and too adventurous for old people. I mean, for Grandmama, my sister wants to come, but pouting and pleading won't make it happen. It's just the guys, and we've got to be on our way. On our way where? Mama asks, trying to sound if she doesn't really want to know. Never you mind, Daddy says, kissing her on the lips and my teary-eyed sister on the forehead. Mama says, I know 2 little boys who won't be going anywhere if they don't give their mama a hug and a kiss. And Daddy is yelling, "Run, men, run like the wind!" My brother and I run out of the house. We have no power against Interrogator Mom. We have sold out for hugs and kisses before. The whole world in his hands. I am looking at a photograph of my family. We are all smiling like someone has just told us a good joke. My mama sits stately in a regal-looking chair. My grandmama stands behind her because she's not that old. My brother and sister are seated at Mama's feet. I am standing next to Grandmama. My hands laced together in front of me in plain view because Grandmama doesn't want anyone to think that I am there to hold her up. And then there is my daddy. He stands behind us, towering over us all. One hand rests on my shoulder, the other one caresses my mother's back. Back straight and chest out, my daddy is proud. We are his world, and he's got the whole world in his hand. Twice blessed. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. Let's share our impressions of CJ's family and how they interact. What does CJ mean when he says that they are all golden and that his dad was the whole world in his hands? What does that mean? Twice blessed. In her heyday, my grandmama was a knockout, Daddy says. She was so pretty she stopped traffic. She was a stone fox. Truth be told, your grandmama was beautiful, still is. Grandmama's eyes light up. She says, beauty is a beauty does, and I do all right. We laugh, and the grandmama plops back down into now and days. Says, this was a long time ago. I had my chance at beautiful. Everybody does. But nothing lasts forever. I got a little arthritis. Varicose veins and strains of gray hair can vouch for that. I look at my grandmama's face and grin from ear to ear. I kiss her on the cheek and say, well, then you lucked out. 'Cause the way I see you, that stuff fixed it so you could be beautiful all over again. Audition. Sunday morning at our house are full of music. Grandmama is singing. She says she's auditioning for the heavenly choir. The music of her voice gets us up and dressed, gets us fed and out the door. Grandmama is singing. Her voice is rich as cream, sure as tomorrow. I close my eyes and try not to let her see how her song moves me. Let her keep practicing. She is music, and I never want her song to end. Diamond in the rough. Daddy has always spoken loud of being black and being proud, of honest pay for a job well done, a father's dream for his oldest son. He gives me words, each one a gem, words I wish someone had given him. Close your eyes. Scary movies don't scare me. I only see what I want to see, and when I get to the scary part, I don't hold my breath or stop my heart. I close my eyes. Grandmama did the same when telling of some wretched name that she was called when she was 10, a word she's heard again and again. She closed her eyes. Now Daddy's job has let him go, and he doesn't want his pain to show, but I can feel what he's not saying, and I stand there, silent, praying. Daddy, close your eyes. So what does CJ mean when he says he wants his dad to close his eyes? So the kind of stresses it puts on a family when a parent loses his job. So there are a lot of stresses that come with that. Good white things. Snow is falling silently. Little parachutes slip down to earth, gently hitting the ground. I tilt my head back and make my face a safe place to land. And for a while I forget about Daddy losing his job and Mama working too hard taking care of someone else's children and not us. Because the snow makes me laugh as it tickles down my neck, and I smile because Daddy was wrong. There are good white things. The dance. There is music coming from the living room, and I know that Mama and Daddy are dancing their troubles away. I tiptoe down the hall and peek around the corner. Daddy has one hand resting on the small of Mama's back, while his other hand holds her to his chest. Mama looks up at him and smiles. Daddy takes a step back, does some fancy footwork, and then he is dipping Mama just like Fred Astaire dips Ginger Rogers in those old books, black and white movies. Grandma loves to watch when Daddy brings Mama up, and he and Mama laugh and hug each other. And then they are standing still, and Daddy's shoulders are shaking. He is holding on to Mama right tight. Mama cradles his head in her hands and shushes him. The music is still playing, and they stand there, Mama swaying back and forth like a mother rocking her baby. Job hunt. Each day brings nothing, but I just keep on praying. God, give Dad a job. The way a door closes. When Grandmama comes through a door, it closes quietly. It is whispered shut by the breath of God, who acts as a doorman for one of his good and faithful servants. When my brother and I go out the door, it closes like a clap of thunder. We are always in a hurry to be somewhere. My little sister closes the door just so, as if there were a prize for getting it right. My Mama likes doors open. It's her way of inviting the world in. But last night, Daddy said, I'm going out. And he stood buttoning his coat just so, as if there were a prize for getting it right. Then he looked at each of us a moment too long. And when he went out the door, he held on to the doorknob. The door closed with a click. I felt all the air leave the room, and we were vacuum sealed inside. I shook it off. I told myself it was nothing, but somewhere deep inside I knew better. I could tell a lot by the way a door closes. I wonder what just happened. So the story takes a turn at this point. What is CJ sensing when he describes the feeling of being a vacuum sealed inside? What do you predict will happen next? Geography lesson. Lately, my sister has become obsessed with the story about a kid whose house and life get all messed up because of a tornado. It's her favorite, and she's got a pair of ruby slippers to prove it. So every night I read about witches, good and wicked, flying monkeys, and a wizard until she falls asleep. It takes a while, but finally we get to the end, and the kid in the book wakes up and realizes it was all a dream. And I realize my sister is crying, and I can't figure out why. She looks at me through her tears and says, "We aren't in Kansas anymore." Not today. As soon as I walk through the door, I know that Daddy is still gone. I kiss Mama on the cheek and taste the salt from her tears. I swallow the lump in my throat over and over again. She looked me in the eyes, and I see an invitation. She is inviting me to join her for a good cry. But instead, I put my arm around her, and I tell her not to worry. I will take care of her. I will take care of all of us. I say I can get a job after school. I say I could even take breaks from school until we can get things squared away. I say I'm not a little kid anymore. She can depend on me. And the mama is wailing, "No!" And she grabs me and slaps me hard across the face. And the sting brings tears instantly. Mama looks relieved. I hold my cheek and I say, "Why, Mama, why?" And she hugs me hard. And through our tears, I hear her say, Time enough for you to be a man tomorrow, but not today." So, what just happened? Why did Mama slap CJ? Should she have done that, in your opinion? How did this family change at this point?